This is Wavy Room with Free Shipe on the radio.
This is Wavy Room. I'm Free Shipe on the radio. You might know me from the Leading Vibe Radio and Bantu the African Creative Podcast. Last week I released the preview episode 0, and it told the story of the show and how we got here. Welcome to episode 1, New Beginnings. And as promised, we have the talented Shalom Dubas in the virtual studio. Shalom is an American-Nigerian singer, rapper, and songwriter. Last year, she released a song called Gold, which holds a special place in my heart. You can also hear her on Show Them Camps The Clone Wars Volume 5. On today's show, she talks about that release, as well as her upcoming release and how her experience has informed her music. As also promised, I have a selection of tracks I know you'll love. More music in a bit. Welcome back to the show. That was What's to a Sinner is Holy by Ioni. Ioni is such a hidden gem. If you don't know Ioni, which I guarantee you don't, do go check her out. She just released a new EP. It's brilliant. Then you heard 90 Proof by J. Cole and Smino. The best part about that track is the Yoruba Fuji / High Life sample right at the beginning. It's class. Then you heard Gold by Shalom Dubas. Coincidentally, up next, my conversation with Shalom. Hey everybody, this is Wavy Room. I have Shalom Dubas with me in the virtual studio. Hey Shalom.
Hi, Tunji.
Welcome to the show. I think it's time that we give everybody listening a very solid introduction to who is Shalom. How did you appear in Lagos, and what's your version of your story?
So I'll say I reappeared in Lagos the summer of 2021 now, which is crazy to say. But I first appeared in Lagos when I was a toddler, I would say. So my family came back to Lagos after we were in the States. So I was born in the States, and we came back, and Lagos was the first place I dropped down in after obviously like where I was born. So we left when I was a teenager, and then I reappeared 2021 summer.
You are a recording artist. You have some big news that you are dying to share, but I'm not going to spill the beans yet. Why don't you tell me a little bit about how you see your music? I would describe it as extremely chill, relaxing, but there's also a very certain level of honesty in your lyrics and your rap. But what is your view or your philosophy on your music?
Wow, that's a great question. I feel like I'm going to say that a lot, so you might have to edit that out.
That's cool.
It's crazy because it's something that I wasn't even really analyzing, right? And I'm someone that like just naturally analyzes stuff. My music isn't something that I was analyzing for a while. I was just allowing it to come out. And that's how I started making music, is just creating. I started as a listener, as a consumer of music when I was a kid. I'm just really deeply listening to songs. My mom had so much music in our house. So Christian music, and then what we call secular music or world music, but Christian music. And then like I remember Tina Turner, What's Love Got to Do With It, right? Like Whitney Houston, ABBA, because we had like, okay, where the kids were, the kids section, and we had like ABBA. And I remember just actually watching so many ABBA videos, right? Because it was like friends and cousins would come over and we'd just be watching so much like music videos. It's even crazy. I'm just thinking about it right now as I'm speaking with you. So I grew up like as a consumer of music. And then because back then we didn't have the lyrics, right? So you had to either get the books with the lyrics, or I'm saying back then like I'm really old, but really we didn't have the lyrics.
It's a different time.
It really is. Even as an artist, like now as an artist, when you're putting out a song, they ask you for lyrics, and I'm always like, man, like kids don't even know. The kids don't know how easy they have it now.
Mm-hmm.
We would either get the lyric books. For most of the songs I listened to, the lyric books, and this was when I was in Nigeria, right? The lyric books, they either didn't have the songs or they just weren't always complete. So that's when I was about 10. That's when I would just start like listening to music so deeply and writing all the lyrics. That's how I would have the lyrics. And then I started writing my own songs. And then And I would remix songs, right, and give different things. And I started rapping. Then when I went to the States, right, I was doing like covers on YouTube, rap covers. Went to college, started playing guitar. So basically, it wasn't oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It was more so like I was being formed for it, right? And then by the time I was in college, that was when I had the time to now, okay, just make music. I played sports in college and then I had an injury. And so that sidelined me for a bit. It made me calm down because I was always very active. That was when I made songs like Stories. That was when I started making the music that I guess has led me to where I am today. And then it's actually just been during COVID, but really since I've come to Nigeria that I've been like, okay, this is what I'm making music for. This is who I'm making music for. This is why I'm making music. This is what I'm doing with this.
And while you were in the US, who were you listening to?
I write so much music, so I'm always listening to a lot of my stuff, but I listen to what's around me. So one, I'm always listening to like Christian jams because that's shout out to my mom. So like that's always there. I love music, so especially at church, when like the worship band is going and you're feeling the Holy Spirit, nothing better. But like for me, like when I was in high school, so I was in Florida, right? And that's a lot of Southern rap, right? And just a lot of like R&B and my own songs from before, and even a lot of pop and pop rock. Disney Channel, they had Demi Lovato's, all those people, they had a hold on me then, right? It's always been very eclectic because I can listen to Don't Forget by Demi Lovato, then I'll be listening to Eminem. I listened to a lot of Eminem when I was in high school. Rap, Kanye West, Eminem, singers, Beyonce. I really liked Ed Sheeran back then, and then always just going back. So, but it's evolved because by the time I was in college, I was listening to a lot of more of like the emotional, like pop type ballads, right? Writing my own stuff. But because I was basically in the mountains in central Pennsylvania, there was definitely a lot of singer, songwriter, and country influence. And then by the time I graduated, I was listening to a lot of my own music because by then I was really producing.
What's your top Eminem track?
My top Eminem track? Sheesh, now that's a hard question. To be honest, I would say When I'm Gone, Just Carry On, Don't Want to Rejoice every time you hear the sound of my voice. Yeah.
You know that I'm looking down on you smiling.
Yeah.
And I don't feel a thing, so baby, you don't feel a thing.
You just smile back. Yep.
Yeah, that's a jam.
Yeah, and that one, and then Days Are Cold, Living Without You. The one he did for his friend Proof. You're Never Over. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, gosh, you like those ones are very emotionally charged.
Yeah. That's what's so funny. Someone told me they're like, we were actually doing like a strategy meeting for my music. And they were basically like showing me, okay, they've done their research and they're like, yeah, your music is very emotional. And they just kept talking about it. I was like, what did you just say? I was like, because for me, I'm always like, okay, I'm a gangster, it's cool, like my raps but it's crazy because I'm like, wow, nothing is really hidden, man. Everybody's just looking at you like you make emotional music. So I'm like, all right, no problem. But yeah.
Yeah, you're an emotional gangster.
Exactly. That's what it is.
That's amazing. Okay, so word on the street is that you're working on a new release as a follow-up to Gold. Are you at liberty to share? And if so, please tell us.
Well, I have a song coming out in March. Let me just say that. And I'm actually very, very, very excited because I feel like this is the first song I've put out where it's a perfect merge of who I am in the sense of me being American and me being Nigerian, right? And it's the first song I'm putting out after being steeped in here. You can hear it from the production, right? Just the energy of the song. So yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Can you tell us the title of the song?
Yeah, it's called Run Me Love.
Okay. What does it mean?
Run Me Love is a play on like give me love, like when people say run me that, like give me that, but in the sense of like you're jacking it, like you're snatching it, like just give it to me. And it's also a play on you telling your love to run away. If you think back to that Kanye West song of Runaway, it's that thing of, okay, run me love, give me love, and also run my love.
Oh yeah, I see that. And is this song spiritually connected to Gold in any way?
They're all connected because both of these songs have come out of an increased awareness, a very focused, increased awareness. So a time frame that's impacted my life in a very big way. Run Me Love, Gold. There's a song I released before Gold in 2022 called Don't Leave. So it basically starts from there. And so it's basically like the Run Me Love. Someone explained it as, oh, that it's me being open, more open. Whereas with Don't Leave, I'm like, don't leave, but I'm saying, okay, it's cool. Yeah, I'm rapping, I'm like all this stuff. With Gold, I'm like, okay, I understand that things are gonna happen, but it doesn't matter what changes, like what's gold to us is gold to us, right? But with Run Me Love, it's like is basically saying, okay, this is how this has gone. Like I wish that this is what I'd received from this instead. But it's still in a sense of like this is how I'm affected. And it's not even like, oh, I don't need your love or go away. It's literally saying like run me love. So yeah, I'll say there's continuity with these songs. There's definitely continuity.
And is this something that happened sort of totally by accident, or you had some kind of vision for, I don't know, a series of songs or a collection, or dare I say, a larger project with a compilation of songs? Was there a thought that you would have the same themes throughout, or it's just, well, this is just coming from my mind?
What I've learned in hindsight is that there's a theme around the music I make. So the theme is something that this was something I realized too, like this while I've been in Lagos, right? Is that there's a theme around the music I'm making, and when I started these songs like Gold, Don't Leave, I was like, I'm making music about attachment and abandonment. And my thought process was, okay, if I feel abandoned, what was my contribution? And that's the attachment. And then to even take it further, right, is insecure attachment, unhealthy attachment, right? That's what leads to that. It was crazy because it's coming into this new year that I really got to understand that these songs, Go, Don't Leave, it came from a thing of me saying, okay, I'm making music about attachment and abandonment. It's a two-way street, specifically insecure attachment. When someone abandons you, quote unquote, and you're not attached to that person, you don't even feel it, right? It's like pinch. But when you're attached to someone and they're like, they just step back a bit, you're like, ah. So it's a thing of that's where my head was. But then even as I steeped in it a bit more, I now understood that, oh, everything basically stems from rejection. Yeah, I'm making music for the purpose of having been through rejection and very importantly trying to get over it, like trying to get through it, trying to, as opposed to being stuck in it, realizing what it is and then moving forward. So that's the like recurrent theme around my music is there's like there's leaving, there's coming, there's like departing, arriving, absence, but really it just stems from that thing of rejection and basically trying to overcome it. And that overcoming part has come with more things because before I was more so stuck on maybe like the abandonment side before I even knew what insecure attachment was. And so it just seems just like with the music, these things have been being pieced together. And me, I believe God's curriculum is the best one, right? Because I graduated from university and then it was like, okay, now it's time for me to learn these things. God's curriculum has been really great because it's allowed me to understand how all these things have come together.
That makes a lot of sense. And I think it's coming through after a bit of retrospection. It's coming through as you're going. And I guess, God is speaking to you about what it is and what it could be. When it comes naturally, I'm guessing that it might be different from when you say, okay, now I'm going to get 10 songs, I'm going to put it into a thing, or even just consciously try and drop a thing. So what is it like trying to pour all of that into a new thing or a new container that is going to be unseen until one day then it's suddenly out there?
In 2020, I did 2 EPs, and that was when I actually thought about, okay, a series, as I'm doing a series, a color series. And so I had Mint Green, Deep Blue, and Mint Green was right at the top of the pandemic. So that was when it just started. So that was basically about like youth, and really just holding on to it and hope. And Deep Blue was like in November, and that was like when I was getting more into the emotional side, the love side, but really I'd understood more about myself. And we had been in the pandemic now much longer, and this is the part where it was maybe now a bit scary, right? And I had this whole thing, okay, I'm gonna do this color series and all that. But when I came to Nigeria, as I said, Lagos will humble anybody. When I came to Lagos, I understood more so that my job was just to live and learn. and be okay whilst being here. And so the music that has come out of that, it's really been, they've been lifesavers. I just allow them to come. And me, the way I am is like, I just go in my room, like I practice my raps, like I just rap out of nowhere. I just take beats and rap so much. But the songs I've made, they've been songs that when I listen to them, I'm like, oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Because I know where I was when I made these songs. Like I know the physical place where I was. I know the mental place. But most of these songs, it hasn't been oh, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write this song. The production side is completely, most of these songs, the production, I sit down with myself and my co-producer and I'll say, okay, we're making this type of beat, and we just make the beat. But then the songs, I'll just go to a different place and then I'll just sit and I almost always write songs from start to finish. The process has really just been that, oh, I've been living here and just putting one foot in front of the other, putting one foot in front of the other, looking around me, observing, and then I'm downloading. When I say, okay, this is what I've downloaded, let me open my mouth and make music, these songs have come out.
What happens when you release this track, and are you immediately on to the next thing, or you're going to need a breather to just think about what have I actually done?
One of the things that happened since I've been in Nigeria is just more resources for my music has come about. So I signed a distro deal at the end of, thank you, at the end of 2022. And that again too is just God engineering, God using people, key people, to connect my music to other people, and who just provided me what I've been seeking, right, for a while for my music. And I've also been very picky too about that situation, meaning in general, like distribution deals or anything like that. I'm a picky person in general. So it was something that I didn't take for granted, right, while it was happening. I was just very, so how that now affects the music, right, is that I really want to deliver something great. And also now I have more resources, right, to deliver something great. So for me with Run Me Love is we're really focused on releasing well, basically providing really good insight to what this song is or what the song is saying. So videos, just more things for people to understand who I am. I believe when you understand more of who I am, then the music just makes so much more sense. So for me right now, I'd say that no, it wouldn't be on to the next thing, because even the next thing is still connected to this, because everything right now, everything is connected. But how I see after this song, I'm actually excited to see. That's one thing I'll say. I'm very excited to see, because I believe like the song I put out, Gold, was really me putting it out there, right? Just as the starter. Don't Leave, I released that on my own. Right, by Gold, I'm like, okay, this is the first song that I've released in regards to having signed a distro deal, right? Working with other people. Run Me Love, it's separated from that in regards to what's around it, but it's the song where I'm fully like ahead and before. Let's say with Gold, I knew that the resources were on the way, but I didn't quite have them yet. So I had to be very creative, right? Whereas with Run Me Love is the first thing where I'm be like, okay, I'm not moving until I have the resources in front of me. And so I'm actually really excited to roll it out, and how I see myself after, I don't even know, but I'm so excited because right now I don't know. And that's been something that's been key to me, is that I don't know, which means there's a gap. And the bigger the gap, I feel like that's just room for faith. So all what I'm doing is just doing my part of the action, the work, but that gap is there, and I'm really really excited because I'm excited to see what it becomes, what God is going to show me.
That's amazing, yo. Honestly, like I talk about this with a lot of people. It's a very hard concept to get, to approach a complete unknown with faith and excitement, and saying you're going to sit in that and you're just going to keep on doing the work, doing the part. That's the creative process, and that's the creative journey. And I thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you so much.
So, last question, Shalom. What are you listening to, and can you recommend a song for our listeners?
Okay, I really like Hate It or Love It, right, by Dream and 50 Cent. I think that song is crazy, right? That just the way they rapped about it. I've been listening to The Message by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. That's Don't Push Me, because I'm close to the head. I'm trying not to lose my head, especially being in Lagos in these times. Like I said, I consume a lot of the music that's around me. So artists who that I listen to their music in the scene here in Lagos coming up, Tim Lyra has this song called Confess. It's such a catchy song, but it's there. That's really it.
You've given us 3 songs. We're gonna play them and we're gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for coming on the show. This has been Shalom Dubas, everybody.
Thank you so much, Tunji. Take care, everyone.
Right now, we're doing something that I think you'll love. And I mean, it's what you're here for anyway, isn't it? You're not here to hear me talk, you're here for the music. So I'm gonna give you some music. This segment is called the Wavy Picks. It's 5 songs each episode for your playlists. And to start, I have Do Better by Absol featuring Zakari. This is a lo-fi rap track. If you're into indie soul, something chill, slow, you'll love this one. The next track is The Complex of Killing a Man by Black Odyssey. Black Odyssey is a new voice that I began hearing last year. If you want to listen to some more Black Odyssey, I'd recommend Lay Low with Black Odyssey and Buju. Oh, sorry, Benson. Next song is Dancing by Neil Francis, Lemon Haze by Paw Rod, and Automatic, the Orion Sun remix by Spencer. Enjoy. Those were the Wavy Picks. And now, welcome to Space Check. Space Check is a part of the show where I share things coming to spaces near you, new things in spaces that you might follow, and things that are affecting those spaces that you follow. I think the first thing is to launch into it. So, on the 17th of March at the Pygmalion in Dublin, there is a Paddy's Eve party played by Crazy P Sound System. I'm new in Dublin, so I know that this is a strong name. I hope that means something to you. For my LA fam, there's a St. Paddy's event. St. Paddy's is St. Patrick's, by the way. It's called Among Friends, St. Patrick's Edition, a night of eclectic house music in the heart of Santa Monica with talented local house artists creating an unforgettable night. Be among an intimate vibe where the crowd feel like one connected energy. It's the 18th of March at Lanier in Santa Monica. For Lagos, there is a cool party happening at Wave Beach on the 25th of March. It's called Unscripted and it's presented by the Summer Curriculum. Entry for that one is free. I'd like to bring up something that's important to me. I listen to a lot of electronic music, some of them made by Black electronic artists that I follow. And so it pained me to see that Dweller Festival, the only all-Black electronic music festival that exists, had their festival only a week ago and not even a mention from DJ Mags or major music blogs, publications, nothing. Shameful. So that's why I'd like to mention one more event. So there's another Dweller event happening on the 31st of March. It's happening at Berghain in Berlin, Germany. Dweller is taking over both rooms of the Berghain. Berghain is a famous venue known for techno, electronic music. Dream Crusher, D Strange, Juliana Huxtable, and Shy Boy will be playing the main room at the Berghain. And in the upstairs, smaller space called the Panorama Bar, Byrell the Great, Low Vision, River Moon, and Stacy Hot Wax Hale will be playing that room. Starts at 10 p.m. If you're in Berlin, you love Black electronic music, this is a definite checkout. That was Fallen by Midnight Amity. That track is one of my favorite future bass tracks. I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of everything. Future bass, Afro beats, Altair, a bit of indie soul. I hope you've enjoyed the music selection so far. That is my show for today. Thank you to Shalom Dubas for the amazing conversation. And thank you to you for sticking to the end of the show. Wavy Room is a production of Studio Black. We are a talent agency, media company, creative collective. If you enjoyed the show, share it with your friends on your story or DM. Give us a subscribe on Substack or follow on Spotify. It means a lot and helps build our audience. I'm leaving you with the sounds of DJ Tunes and Olamide with Require, and Psycho YP and Zlatan with Stronger. Some classic tracks for you. I'm Free Shipe on the radio. This has been Wavy Room. Goodbye from everywhere.